Greetings! It is I, Christopher Polonitis, and I just came from the movies. Captain America,
Brave New World.
another Marvel movie, and I've seen all of them, even the TV show. Some of those shows I regret watching. So, I did have some hopium copium that maybe this one is gonna be better, gonna be different. You know the deal, I'm gonna rate the movie. These are the categories, here's the key, 0 to 5, and starting with the visuals. The visuals are not that remarkable. Most of the characters in here are just soldiers and Secret Service agents and mercenaries and just people. So in the costume department, it's pretty tame. And the action scenes where the new Captain America with his wings and the new Falcon with his wings are flying through the air and shooting and blasting fools. It's okay, it's decent. It's nothing to really write home about. So in that sense, I could easily give it a 2 for disappointing, but there is the Red Hulk, and the Red Hulk, I think, looked pretty fucking sexy. Just a big, huge red guy hulking around. I gotta appreciate that. I thought the CGI looked pretty damn good. So that alone kinda elevates the score to 3, which is satisfying. When it comes to the sound, it's pretty boring. There's nothing too amazing, but it's also not bad. There are moments where Captain America's wings slash through metal and the Hulk punching against vibranium. You can hear the punch, you can kind of feel the impact there. So I think a 3 is fair, satisfying. The music though, not satisfied at all. I can't remember any single song. There wasn't anything that I disliked particularly, but it's just there in the background. It does its job, but ultimately this is going to be disappointing, sadly. The acting. As I said, most of the characters are just regular dudes doing government business. Nothing interesting there. Talking about the main characters, we have Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America, the previous Falcon. And he's good. Like I like the guy. I don't think he has the star power to really be the leading man in his solo movie, but I strongly believe that once they put together the Avengers team and he's more part of the team, I think he can really shine. But in this movie, it was alright. The new Falcon, Torres, I did like the guy. He was fun, a bit goofy, but I think likable. The villains are not that great though. Esposito plays some random side villain, more like a mini-boss than a true villain. And it's honestly a shame. I think they wasted a great actor on a pretty pointless role. And then we have the leader, the villain who's controlling things from behind the scenes. It's alright. I thought he looked kind of weird. Not really a fan of the look, but he was okay. And then of course we have Harrison Ford as the President of the United States and the Red Hulk himself, Thunderbolt Ross. I personally think Harrison is great in any role he plays, and in this one, usually when he's on screen, he gets my attention. There's this sort of gravity that I do appreciate. And to be honest, I went to see this movie mainly because of Harrison Ford. I wanted to see the Red Hulk, I wanted to see him as the president. I think it's just it's a pretty good casting choice. It adds enough star power into a pretty important role. Oh, and also, I cannot forget Isaiah Bradley. It was great to see the actor again reprising his role from the Winter Soldier Falcon TV show. I liked him as well. So Bradley together with Thunderbolt Ross, they elevate the acting enough to give it a satisfying 3. The story. It's pretty obvious that they tried to do something like the Winter Soldier movie. A political thriller with fast-moving action and twists and turns. And it somewhat works, but ultimately the story is just not that strong. It's a bit lazy on some parts. It really relies heavily on mind control. That's how the soldiers and everybody's acting weird. And that's just kind of a cheap thing. Once you make one of the key elements of your movie mind control, then that's it. You're just gonna have a bunch of people being controlled and everybody's like, oh no, I don't know who could be controlled next. It's a bit lazy for my taste. What I did like was that this movie tried to kind of open up who really is Thunderbolt Ross and what's going on and what has changed. And the other thing is that the movie is pretty fast. Stuff keeps happening. So every time I was almost about to get bored, something else would happen, the movie would move along, and that's a good thing. The bad thing, the one reason why I went to watch this movie, the Red Hulk, he only appeared at the very end, and we don't get to see him very much. And that's a fucking bummer, man. I wanted to see the Hulk, I wanted to see a huge red beast of a man with the face of Harrison Ford just Hulk out and slam around. And we get that. And it looks awesome, but there's not a lot of it. I would go watch a movie about the Red Hulk. I don't need Captain America in there. I don't need anyone else. Just give me the Hulk. So what does that mean for the story? I think I have to go with it too. It's not really on par with what I wanted to see. Yeah. And fun, the most important category. If you look at these other scores, you see it's kind of middling and even like below average. But honestly, I don't feel bad for watching it. Like, I was actually having a good time. The pacing was fast enough that I was engaged. It was great to see Harrison Ford. It was nice to see that they addressed some Marvel Universe stuff that had happened, trying to tie some loose ends. I don't think they did a great job, but at least they tried. So I would give it a 3, because ultimately I had a good time. Nothing extraordinary, but 3 for satisfying. But this doesn't really save the score. It lands on the Sunshine score at a 53%, which I know, it seems pretty low. But honestly, it's just average. It's just middling. It's an okay movie. There's nothing really special about it. Like, I wouldn't suggest you to go watch it if you're expecting something cool. You can skip this, easy. But if you want to see the Red Hulk, you like Harrison Ford, or maybe you like the Falcon, there must be somebody out there who's a fan. Then yeah, I think this is a watchable movie. There's nothing wrong with it, except for the fact that it's super average. So all in all, definitely not the home run that Marvel was maybe hoping, but I'm not mad about it. I think the worst thing that can happen is that you watch a movie and you lose the excitement for any future movies. I think this movie is just kind of middling. It doesn't really add or take away, and I'm personally excited for the Thunderbolts movie. I think that movie seems a lot more interesting and just more different than the other projects they have. So yeah, just keep pumping them out, and just let's hope they get better. Because if they don't, shit's gonna end up bad. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to praise the sun.